We've been saying this and we've been warning you. Now, is it too late to say sorry? Black Americans aren't exactly quick to empathize with the Latinos who voted for Trump. And now, they're regretting their mistake. Let's hear what the folks are saying, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below.
Kamala Harris speaking, and holy freaking crap, we dodged a bullet.
You are the bullet. Your sick, pathetic obsession with earning white approval from people who openly despise your existence helped push this entire country toward collapse. You didn't just put yourself in danger. You dragged your entire community down with you. You sold out your own community, leaving women, children, and hardworking people to be hunted, brutalized, and criminalized by the very people you beg for acceptance from. You willingly volunteered to be a weapon against your own people. You are the bullet. Selfish Latinos like this will sacrifice everything for white approval and will only change their mind when they don't get that approval. They are not to be trusted, because the second a Latino like this is offered a tiny scrap of white acceptance, he will backstab his own community again. He will degrade his own self again for those tiny scraps of white acceptance. There are too many in the Latino community who are still so indoctrinated to still assimilate to whiteness, and he is one of them. A lot of us who vote Democrat, it's not because we are loyal to the party. It's because there are only two viable options, and one is clearly better not only for our community, but all marginalized communities and poor people, including poor white people. But that's probably too deep of a conversation for someone who just discovered racism is real last week.
I just saw a video of Kamala Harris speaking, and she looks drunk. She looks incoherent, and holy freaking crap, we dodged a bullet. Donald Trump literally dodged a bullet for democracy. We know what's best for us. Glad we all participated in bringing a true leader back into the White House. God bless America, guys.
A few moments later.
I'm sorry to my community for voting the way I did. Now I can empathize and sympathize with the black community. Now that it's here with us too, it's like crap. I honestly, legitimately didn't think it was real. But it's real as hell. And it's obviously minority groups that are targeted and persecuted. I didn't fucking vote for this. Number one, imagine that they give you a freshly squeezed lemonade, and then you drink it and you enjoy it. Whatever.
And now, with your brown ego bruised and your crumbled white fantasy, you come crawling back with your watered down lemonade analogy. He is another example that internalized racism is costly. He's only leaving MAGA now because he's just figured out that no matter how hard he betrays his own people, no matter how far he's shoved his tongue up white supremacy's ass, they still rejected him. You pretended like you didn't know racism exists for black people. You pretended racism didn't exist for you or your Latino community either. You truly believed that if you backstabbed your own people hard enough, if you spewed white supremacist talking points hard enough, demonized black and brown people, and played the obedient mouthpiece, you'd win their approval. You didn't just ignore racism, you became a willing tool of it. You helped elect a white supremacist into power, fully aware of what he was. You thought proving your loyalty to whiteness would make you immune. Instead, you might just find yourself in alligator Alcatraz.
I just saw a video of...
If you're someone who voted for Trump and you are now regretting it based on recent events, don't come and tell us. Genuinely don't come and tell us. In fact, you're putting a target on your back, because now I'm gonna know who I'm gonna go after when it's time for that to come, because we're not going to do this whole natural selection. Natural selection is not selecting enough of us fast enough, because the fact that you guys failed an open book test and it took till this moment, 6 months into the presidency, which has felt like 3,000 years for you guys to wake up, is ridiculous. Please keep it. I don't feel sorry for you. I want all of this to happen to you, because that is what you did by going into that voting booth and voting for Trump. You said, I want this to happen to other people. I want people to not be able to eat. I want people to not be able to go to school. I want people to not be able to go to the hospital. I want women to die when they try to have children. That's what you said. So I'm going to continue to say the same thing when it comes to you. I am glad that this is happening to you. I am happy that this is happening to you. I have no thoughts or feelings or prayers for you in the slightest. And I really hope that everything that is happening is going to remind you that in 2028, when you get into that voting booth, that you need to vote for everyone, not just yourself. But you won't. You won't. I promise you, you're gonna do this again. We're gonna just keep doing this over and over and over and over and over and over. It's ridiculous.
So the video that I'm about to show you, like a snippet of it, is the woman above. Pay attention to the details.
In the last election, who did you vote for?
I feel embarrassed to tell you, but before, all the years back, since I got my citizenship, I said I was a Democrat, but then in these last elections I voted as a Republican. Why? Because I'm against abortion.
If we could go back to November, who would you vote for now, seeing what you see?
For either one.
You just wouldn't have voted.
None either.
So let me just summarize for you all. This woman above me is a Latin immigrant who came to this country, got her citizenship, has a disability where she's a diabetic. On top of her disability, she's also taking care of 2 people with disabilities, including her daughter who has a developmental disability and her sister who has a disability. But yet she voted for the bum because of abortion. She's against abortion. But when she was asked if she could do it all over again, she said no. I wouldn't vote for neither. See, this is my issue that I have with non-black people who decided they didn't want to vote for the black woman. Like, do you realize that you're the other compared to white people? You know they don't give a damn about you. They wanted your vote, but they don't care about you. Their policy stands alone, especially in the Republican Party. They do not care about minorities. They don't care about you. They don't care. And they never will care. So your vote for the bum because you was against abortion cost you your Medicaid, expenses high, all the other things, because you voted with your values because you are against abortion. Just plain sad.
This is how fractured our culture is. You got a guy making mass deportation things, destroying lives. All they could talk about is Emilia Perez and Selena Gomez cried. Nothing about the actual people themselves.
Shut the fuck up, George Lopez. You're the biggest fucking hater in the fucking Latino community. Let's show some real fucking evidence of this, too.
Nobody knows who that motherfucker is. What are you saying his name, man?
Look, I think he's fucking great. He needs an opportunity. I don't see anything wrong with that.
That's what we look out for yourself.
But I also want to look out for others. And I also want to make the path
I don't
easier.
think that's a right,
you know.
I don't think that's the right thing.
So you're telling me when young Latino comedians come into this space of being a comedian, you don't want to help them. But you're all about the Latino people, huh? All about the illegals that are here, huh? But you won't even help the Latino Americans that are trying to be a fucking comedian. You won't even let them in the same casino. You tell the casino owner, nope, you can't hire other Latinos if fucking George Lopez is there.
There's so many shitty things that you told the casino, say, that casino, they could hire no other Latinos. So long as they had a contract with you.
The Latinos with MAGA hats cheering on Trump are only doing it because they think if they abandon their culture and assimilate completely, they'll be fully accepted as Americans.
Miss me with that bullshit, George. We all know. Bro, we see how you move.
I told y'all where I stand on Trump. I know that a lot of y'all, an overwhelming majority of y'all, voted for him just like I did. This is my mountain. This is where I'll jump off real quick. You're not going to gaslight us. You ain't going to fucking make it a big deal and then be like, well, y'all just making this up. This is a Democrat thing. Donald Trump, your administration is the one that made this a big deal. And then you're going to gaslight the American people. And then you're going to say, oh, if you're still worried about the Epstein file, I don't want you as a follower. Okay. Motherfucker, I ain't walking around shitting Tiffany cufflinks because I voted for you. Hell, am I better off than I was 4 years ago? Don't ask me that question right this second. I've been to the grocery store in the last week. That shit ain't come down. Gas prices still kissing $3 a gallon. Eggs are still goddamn $5, $6 a dozen. Unless you go over to the Costco. We can respectfully agree to disagree like me and the Democrats do on this. MAGA tards, or whatever they call y'all, Jesus.
Release the files. Release them. That's all. But yesterday, let's not forget, he fired the prosecutor that was on Jeffrey Epstein's case and also on Diddy's case. So, it's looking like a really big cover-up. And let's not forget, this is what Donald Trump said yesterday.
Some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net, and so they try and do the Democrats' work. The Democrats are good for nothing other than these hoaxes. They're bad for policy. I call it the Epstein hoax. It takes a lot of time and effort. Instead of talking about the great achievements we've had, they're wasting their time with a guy who obviously had some very serious problems, who died 3-4 years ago. Instead, they want to talk about the Epstein hoax. And the sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work. They're stupid people.
So, yeah, he basically called all his supporters that still care about this shit stupid. Oh my God. And again, simple fix. Just release the files. That's all you gotta do. Release that shit. Simplistic. Because like I said, I don't care who's on that list. Democrat, Republican. Don't give a fuck. You was in there doing that fuck shit. You need to go to jail. I think all of us are in agreement. If you fuck with children, you need to go to jail. So what's the problem? What's the problem, Orange Buffoon? Who are you protecting? Somebody or yourself? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, y'all. But I'm enjoying these videos.
But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring.